In this episode, we'll be welcoming in Zoe Sampson, the smartest person alive, on health. Welcoming Zoe Sampson! Let's do this, for real. Okay, so, for all the people who are wondering about obese people, I'm here with Zoe.
Hey.
So, why are Americans obese?
I'd like to think Americans are obese because of there's so much processed foods that have been happening. There's so much that can monopolize on people's weight and their health. There has been studies done about how feeling overweight can lead to you constantly binging, and then you feel bad about yourself, and you never go out, you never exercise, you never get the nutrition you need. And that's why I think that's the leading cause for Americans to be overweight.
Okay. So, how is obesity affecting people?
Obesity is affecting people like their confidence. It could be a risk for many health problems like diabetes, blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, joint problems, and other types of cancers. There can be sleep and even breathing problems, which I took a class on this, and it got me really interested in how I can help the community and the people around me.
What is the leading cause to people becoming obese?
Yes, so I'd like to answer that. There isn't one specific leading cause, but there are many others. Like, for example, it's like how physically active you are, right? Or the types of amounts of foods and drinks that are consumed. Those also have a play. If you're constantly eating sugary, starchy, you're not getting like all the fats and the carbohydrates and everything you need. That's gonna be a factor. Or there's also a whole bunch of stuff. Your sleeping habits. If you're sleeping too much in a day, then you're not gonna have enough time to get all the other stuff you need, like water and fats and all the other stuff you need, like in foods, or like the leading causes for obesity.
With that being said, who is obesity affecting?
Okay, so yeah, there's a study done, like the newest study in like 2017 and in 2020, which is mostly affecting non-Hispanic Black adults, have the highest obesity prevalence, followed by Hispanics and non-Hispanic whites and non-Hispanic Asian adults. It's usually in adults. There has been a lot of data showing that it's starting to affect the younger generations.
So those were good, but can I have like the actual ages that obesity is affecting?
Yeah. So I think there's like 39 to 40% among only US, this is only US, adults aged from 20 to 40 years old, and then around 44% of adults between 40 and 59 to 60 years old. So that's like 44%, like I said. And then for younger adults, for older adults, 60 and older, that ranges from like 40% to 43%.
Okay. And then, is America the only country struggling with obesity?
No, actually. So China has taken over the U.S. most obese nation with almost 90 million obese people, while the United States is close behind with over like 87 million, which it's still close, but we are not the only country struggling.
And I've heard some things about BMI and like what it is, and if you have like a high BMI, it means you're obese, but can you give us like a rundown on what BMI is?
Yeah, sure, I can. So the BMI is the increase in severe obesity. It's usually 35 and above. And in China, it has seen the country move from 60th place for men And sorry, I can't, the data, like the 40, I don't know if it's the 40 or 41st, I think it's the 41st place for women in like 1975. And to second for the severe obesity, both men and women in 2014. But the United States is still home to the highest population of severely obese people.
Okay. And then what are you doing on your phone? It looks like you're playing a game.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm playing Subway Surfers.
I see.
I'm playing Subway Surfers. Sorry. I find if I play Subway Surfers, I can often, it helps make me think more.
What types of food should we stay away from if we're trying to be on a healthy diet or whatever?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so certain foods and drinks, including processed foods and those containing too much sugar, like soda and some breakfast cereals, might contribute to weight gain if consumed an excess amount, but many factors play a role in which weight management, including your diet, which certain foods are more likely to contribute to your weight gain than others, like processed foods, high calories, fats, added sugars, and sometimes salt. But nevertheless, these foods can still fit into a well-rounded diet. You just have to make sure to monitor your proportion size and enjoy them into moderation, especially if you're trying to lose weight and not just keep it there.
So fast food we should stay away from, Culver's, McDonald's, Dairy Queen,
Yes.
all those, stay away from them?
I mean, you don't have to stay away from them, but it's nice to know what your body needs. You can still eat them, not to an excess amount. Does that make sense? If you're constantly eating takeouts and fast food, you're gonna see more of a change in your weight, and you're gonna be gaining weight.
Does the number of fast food chains have any relation to obesity?
Yeah, okay, so it does, and I know some students, they have, there's 72% to 34% have used at least one type of fast food in the recent month or in a week. My phone ran out of storage.
Does the number of fast food chains have any relation to obesity?
Yeah, so in adolescent students, 72% and 34% have used at least one type of fast food in the recent month and in the recent week, but 21% was in females versus 26% in males, and 33% respectively. But yeah, fast food consumption was associated with WHR, but it was not related to BMI.
So what is considered obese?
Yeah, so that would be your BMI, which is body mass index. It's a number based on height and weight that can help you estimate whether someone's healthy weight. For most adults, BMI is a useful guide, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Other factors affect whether a person's weight is healthy.
So what are certain foods that have a higher obesity / overweight based on BMI?
Yeah, so that would be all of your sugary stuff. It's still good to have sugar. You still want to have sugar. Overusing that is bad. Candy, yes, you can eat it. That's going to be a problem if you're constantly eating it. Chips. But sandwiches are also an overconsumptuated thing that's for obesity and overweight. It's based on BMI. Sandwiches are 35%, while 40% is usually fried chicken. And then pizza and all of that other super greasy kind of stuff, that'd be 80%.
Next question, what is considered obese?
So yes, like I said, BMI has a play in that, which is just body mass index. That is, for most adults, it'd be your weight times your height, which it's good to know that, but that really doesn't tell the whole story. Other factors are also affecting whether a person's weight is healthy.
Next question. Why are Americans not getting enough physical activity?
Yeah, so the disconnect between the amount of physical activity we do and what we should do is unfortunate. Exercise is the closest thing we have to a magic bullet against the heart and like disease and stroke, diabetes, types of cancers, depression, and hostile others. But the latest snapshot of Americans' exercise habit is not a pretty picture. Only like 18% of us meet the muscle and strength activity. That means like 5 of every 6 of us do not measure up.
What can Americans do to avoid obesity?
Yeah, so obesity itself, to figure out what that is first, obesity is a chronic disease affecting people. It's increasing in children and teens and adults. But obesity rates among children in the US have doubled since 1980 and have tripled for teens, about 19%. Of children's ages 2 to 19 are considered obese, compared to with over 41% of adults who are considered obese. A primary reason that the prevention of obesity is so vital in children is because the likelihood of child obesity persisting into the adulthood increases as young ages. This puts the person at very high risks of diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease.
That's all the questions I have, so that's another episode for Too Chic to Be Bleak.